Like if you found the video valuable. Detective Lena Marlowe had heard every kind of story walk through the precinct doors. She'd dealt with stolen lawn gnomes, faked hauntings, and one guy who swore his toaster was possessed. But when Thomas Bell walked into the station on a rainy Tuesday, soaking wet and trembling, she instinctively straightened in her chair. "There's a room in my building that wasn't there yesterday," he said, voice shaking. "And now my neighbor's missing." Lena raised an eyebrow. "A room?" Thomas nodded. "Room 405. I live on the 4th floor. There were only 4 apartments. Now there's a 5th. It just appeared. Overnight. That alone might have gotten him dismissed, maybe referred to a psych eval, until he handed her the photo. It was grainy, taken in dim light, but Lena could see the brass number plate, 405. Clear and new-looking against an old wooden door. More disturbing was the faint smudge just beneath it, a handprint. Dark, rusty red, too perfect not to be blood. And the strangest part? The style of the door. It was wooden, old-fashioned, carved in a design she'd only seen in historic buildings. Out of place in what Thomas described as a generic 1960s apartment block. "Your neighbor, who's missing?" Lena asked. "Mr. Keene. He lived, in 403. Retired librarian. Nice guy. Always carried a book. No one's seen him since last night. And now this door." Lena paused, then picked up her coat. "Show me." By 7 p.m., they stood outside his building. A 6-story concrete slab that smelled faintly of mold. The elevator was out, so they took the stairs. The hallway on the 4th floor was narrow, with peeling wallpaper and humming fluorescent lights. Lena counted aloud as they walked. 401, 402, 403, 404. Then she stopped. Thomas hadn't been lying. There it was, 405. It didn't match the others. The wood was darker, and the frame looked thicker, almost as if it had been part of another building entirely. The number plate gleamed, untouched by dust or time. She knocked. No answer. But the air felt still. Too still. She turned to Thomas. "Did you try opening it?" He hesitated. "No. I heard something from inside. Like scratching." Lena pressed her ear to the door. "And heard it too. Scratch. SCCRRTCH. Like nails on wood. Or something clawing to get out." She stepped back. "Police. Open up." Nothing. Then, just as she turned away, a voice slipped through the crack of the door. "Help. It's watching me." Lena froze. The whisper was faint, but unmistakable. Male. Weak. Terrified. She reached for the doorknob, cold metal that made her hand recoil. She twisted. Locked. They ran down to the landlord's unit. The building manager, a stout woman in her 60s named Carla, frowned as Lena explained. "There's number 405, she said flatly. 4th floor ends at 404. Always has. You need to come up," Lena said. "Now." Carla muttered under her breath but followed. Up 4 flights again. Lena's heart thumped louder with every step. They reached the hallway. But the door was gone. Number 405. The wall stretched blank and gray between 404 and the stairwell. Thomas paled. "I swear to God, it was here." Carla turned to Lena. "If this is a prank." "It's not," Lena snapped. She pushed on the wall where the door had been. Solid, cold, concrete. But something wasn't right. She had them open Mr. Keene's apartment. The door was unlocked. Inside was neat, too neat. Coffee mug on the counter. Book open on the armrest of a chair. Slippers by the bed, but no sign of the man himself. Then Lena noticed something. On the far wall, behind a bookcase, was a square cutout, neat, deliberate. A hole. It led nowhere. Just rough brick inside. Thomas stepped close. That's where the door was. On the other side of that wall. Lena's skin prickled. "I want the building plans. Now." The next morning, the city office sent over floor blueprints. Lena studied them with a cup of bitter black coffee. Thomas was right. 4th floor ended at 404. The space beyond 404 wasn't even part of the building's foundation. And yet, she returned that night, alone. She needed to see it herself again. Up the stairs, past 401, 402, 403, 404, 405. It was back. She stared at it, heart pounding. This time, the door was slightly ajar. Warm, yellow light glowed from the crack. Against every protocol, she stepped forward and pushed it open. Inside was a small room. Sparse. One window, boarded shut. A table with a flickering lamp. A chair. And sitting in it, Mr. Keene. Alive, but barely. His eyes were wide, glassy. His lips moved, whispering something she couldn't hear. Lena stepped inside. Mr. Keene? It's Detective Marlowe. He looked up slowly. It feeds on memory. What? He reached out. Don't stay long, or it forgets. Forgets how to let you leave. Behind her, the door slammed shut. Darkness swallowed the room. She spun, grabbing her flashlight. The room was changing. The table was gone. The chair, even Mr. Keene had vanished. The walls shimmered, grew longer, stretched impossibly wide. The wooden floor morphed into something soft, like moss or old fabric. And suddenly, Lena was not alone. A shape moved in the corner. Something tall, wrong, with a face that shifted constantly, old, young, human, not. It spoke in a voice that wasn't a voice. You see it now, the space that does not belong. She raised her weapon. What are you? Call me. Memory. The figure stepped closer. This building forgot this room long ago. But sometimes, someone remembers. And when they do, I return. Lena backed away. Let me out. The figure chuckled. You remember me now. That is enough. Lena squeezed the trigger. Click. No bullets. She ran. The door reappeared just ahead. She slammed into it, twisting the knob. It opened. She fell out into the hallway, onto cold tile. 404 stared back at her. No door next did. She was alone again. She scrambled to her feet and rushed to 403. The apartment was empty. Mr. Keene was gone. Forever. Later, she reviewed the body cam footage. It stopped recording the moment she touched the 405 doorknob. No footage. No proof. Just the grainy photo Thomas had taken. But she'd seen it, lived it, and she'd never forget, because if she did, it might come back.